Hello and welcome to another wonderful, amazing, beautifully awesome cast of mine from your host, Fish. And looks like today we have a PvP game here and expecting a wonderfully, horribly, beautifully played game because it is a Bronze League game. And I have to say, Bronze League is by far my favorite league because there's no such thing as build orders. So there's no way you can possibly predict anything that's coming out of these guys. So without any further ado, to the bottom left corner in the red trunks, we have Kanou. Kanou. I'm gonna go with Kanou, just like the boat. Kanou. And to the top right corner, we have the blue Protoss, Quuro. Quuro. We're gonna call him Quuro. And it looks like, well, how do you predict this? Both players look like they're not going gas. So, how do I start the game this week? Looks like a little chatter going between these players. One of them thinks they're gold, the other player says, no, I'm not. So both players going gasless. Kanou is going for a little wall off on his main base here, while the the blue Protoss player is finally going double gas here. So he might be looking to tech up soon, and he is not teching. I mean, he's not going to wall off his base. So let's see if that comes into play anytime in the future here. Will he have anyone in gas soon? That's a good question. He did build gas. What is he going to mine gas? That is the real question. He finally gets two in the top left and more in the top right. So he has good gas going on. Looks like he's going for a 7 score to get that warp gate, I'm assuming. While Kanou is making a forge, and he looks like not making a cybernetics core at all. So not sure what he plans to do with that forge. Maybe perhaps early upgrades, but he needs to get that cybernetics core down, and there it goes. He really needs to get that warp gate research, and it looks like Quuro is going to start doing his own little scouting here, just to see what he can find out. He does see, I think, 2 gas, and decides to dip, and just makes it out, and is he gonna get destroyed? Destroyed! On a little puff of smoke. And the warrior of Kanou gets his first kill of his life. As you can see, he's completely traumatized by the experience. He's not moving at all. Oh, now he is. He got over it. Good for you, Kanou. Making 2 more pylons to make sure in case this gateway goes down. Oh, he actually, he's got 2 cannons. I'm sorry. I guess the pylon was over here. So he does have 2 cannons. So he's going defensive in his game against Quuro here. Looks like he's going to get Stargate. Perhaps Void Rays or Oracles. Not sure what to expect from there. While Quuro is making another Warp Gates, and I think he's making his robotics facility. Just started his mothership core, so he's going to get additional defense from that with the Nexus Cannon if need be. Warp Gate is chrono boosted, trying to get that out as soon as possible. Gateway and box facility is done. Let's see, he's creating an observer out of it, while Kanou on the other side is making a stalker. And looks like Warp Gate is going to be done for Quuro before Kanou gets his done about halfway. Excuse me, it's like 5 a.m. right now. Ooh. Who needs sleep when you got StarCraft, right, bruh? Looks like Kanou has expanded, which is good for Kanou. It looks like he's going to get a better economy ahead of Quro's economy. It looks like, I'm not sure if he wants to expand. Looks like he might soon. He is putting a pylon down to his natural. looks like both players are refusing to attack each other, instead just to macro up. 7.5 minutes in, looks like it's going to be a standoff. We might be not exactly sure what he wanted to make out of that Stargate here. Perhaps carriers or tempests? As I see that fleet beacon is down and nearly finished, while Quuro has 5 stalkers and immortals, so it looks like he's just bidding immortals, which is always an amazing play against the Protoss army, especially if they're going stalkers. But you always have to be careful with that, because what if he's not making stalkers? What if he's making charge-a-lots and archons? Not so well. As any low DPS can just take out his armor quickly and destroy an immortal, since they have a slower attack. So that's why you always see Zerglings, Marines, Zealots just crush immortals like it's nothing. And it looks like Quuro is going to go out with his little force here to attack what Kanou has, which isn't a lot. He has 2 cannons down, 2 stalkers, and 3 zealots. But will that be enough to defend what's coming towards him, as we see a Tempest just about to come out for Kanou, which could do a lot of damage, especially if he is on the higher ground where he can't get to, maybe perhaps here, if he doesn't have any high ground vision, which he probably will because the Mothership Core. So Tempest could do a fair amount of damage, but he has to be careful because they can be countered very easily if he can get close enough to him. Just enough stalkers will beat Tempest any day of the week. And it looks like he is going in for the kill. Well, can he say he's going in for the kill if it's first attack? I don't think he can. Far too early for that. Far too early for that. As we see on the left side, Quuro at his natural. Not a lot to defend from this. Quuro's army does look a little bit dangerous. With those 2 immortals, they'll be able to take out those stalkers and those cannons very easily. Observer taken out, so he's not going to see anything else. And does he have enough? Second Tempest does come out. Looks like Quuro is going in for the attack. He is turns on his force field right there, and he's taking out those cannons. Not as quickly as hoped. He's going straight for the pylon. So the 2 cannons are unpowered right there. And he's doing a lot of damage to those stalkers and zealots. Those immortals are doing a shit ton of damage without taking any damage at all. Tempests are doing as much damage as they can and takes out a couple stalkers, but he needs to get those away. Those are very expensive. He does not want to lose those. It looks like Quuro's going to back off a little bit, which I'm not sure why he should. Maybe he's just too afraid of those Tempests. But he does have enough stalkers to deflect these 2 Tempests. These Tempests won't last long. Their DPS is fairly low. They do a lot of damage to higher targets, but they'll do almost no damage to these Tempests because their shield will devalue any kind of attack down to 10 for everything that hits its shield. And it looks like Kanou is making a lot of cannons here, but looks like he's going. Quuro's going in for the attacking, and the cannons are not going to be done in time. And will he take out one of these Tempests? And really, the health is really low, but he does survive. And it looks like he's going to try and do as much damage, taking out some more of these cannons. Perhaps another pylon. Another cannon does go down. Pylon goes down, and his natural is in danger of going down if. These Tempests have to be really careful. They're out on a limb here, but the DPS just is not high enough for Kanou. Oh, stalkers are coming in. He's going to take out one of these Tempests that's really low, down to just just 1 bar of health left. And does take out another stalker, and looks like he's just trying to attack that immortal, but as I said before, just 2 Tempests taking on an immortal is going to take absolutely fucking forever, and it's not going to work. It looks like his natural survives somehow, so close to being taken down, and is back up, so his economy is flourishing again. Well, the Protoss Quuro on the right side has his natural going as well, and he's just making some more pylons 2 more Tempest in production for Kanou. Looks like he is going to commit to Tempest, hoping to get that, just that mass number of Tempests where it'll just one-shot absolutely everything. And I want to see what Quuro wants to counterattack against these Tempests, but it looks like he's going some more Immortals and maybe a few more Stalkers. Cannons are complete at his natural. Immortals will take those out fairly easily, but those Tempests are pushing this little force away. And it looks like Quuro is going to back off for now, while Kanou is stuck at his natural again. And looks like things are going back to standby for a little bit. Let's see, I'm not sure. He's just making some more probes. Neither player are electing to go for a third. And this map is a little bit interesting for going for a third. Your second natural looks pretty standard for a natural. But once you're going for a third, you have one of two choices here. You could go down to the left, just go straight for the line, but it's very vulnerable from this very large area up here. Units can come down here. You could be dropped from the side over here, and if you're not careful, I mean, if you put all of your units to a third over here to protect it, just more units could harass from the middle up to here. Or you could take another choice and go to your right, which is basically the same predicament, because there's this huge open area over here with this ramp over here. Can do some harass as well, and these rocks could be taken out as well, just complicate some more things. So this is a kind of a strange map when it comes to a third, because both sides are fairly open for harass. Let's see, we do see Quro's Warp Prism? Warp Prism. Just kind of chilling. Let's see if he remembers that he has a Warp Prism over here. Because he could warp in a bunch of units over here if Kanou is not careful. Let's be honest. There is no such thing as scouting for either player, because you never know what you're actually going up against. And it looks like Kanou is going for a third, and Quro's third is already done on the right side here, and is already mining. So it looks like Quuro has the income advantage at the moment. A bunch of Stalkers, well, apparently one canceled, but a bunch of Stalkers are harassing his third, but they do not have the DPS in order to take that out. It looks like Kanou's force is going to take out this force very easily. These Tempests are now nearly one-shotting these Stalkers. They do a lot of damage. Let's see what kind of upgrades we have for each of the players here. We do have +1 air attack for the Tempest, for his 7 Tempests. So he can do a lot of damage with these Tempests if he keeps continuing to produce on them. Let's see if Quuro decides to go air or if he's going straight warp gates here. Which I think he is. He's building a lot of Stalkers, which is a good counter against them. They do have the DPS to counter the Tempests, but can they get past all of these Zealots and Stalkers on the low ground? These Tempests could just stick in the back right here and just do a shit ton of damage while this is just tanking it for them. So this is a scary force from Kanou compared to Quuro, which is actually, to be honest, a pretty scary force in itself. There's a lot of Immortals here. I think he has, what, 6 Immortals, 18 Stalkers? So this will be a very interesting battle. I'm not sure who's going to pull ahead here. I think in order for this force to be more successful, he does need to make a lot more Zealots. And he does have the income. He does have 1,700 mil, so he could make 17 Zealots. And that could definitely bolster his army right here and do a lot of tanking damage for him. Since none of this force can really... Looks like he's gonna go in for the attack right here. Is he gonna? It looks like he's just gonna poke in here, see if he can poke at his third. Blue's force, Quuro is going in for the attack. Zealots, looks like they're gonna try and run away. Tempest, he has to go into the tent. Tempests are too slow to actually back away. And it looks like Quuro is destroying Kanou's almost entire army. They do some damage to Quro's force, but not nearly enough. He does take out a few of these stalkers and lower their health a little bit. These Tempests need to run away quickly. They're coming in fast. He's got to be careful. Because these Tempests are slow as fuck. And it looks like he's going to warp in a few more stalkers. Suddenly, Quro's force is looking very scary. This could be the final battle in order for him to win. I don't see a lot of force from Kanou. He is warping in some few stalkers, but as I said before, I think going Mass Zealot and Tempest along with his Mass Tempest is the correct answer here. Well, I mean, there are other correct answers, but from what he's producing right now, I think more Zealots would be a better choice. Wow, this is a pretty terrifying force. It's 174 supply compared to 128 supply of Kanou. And it looks like his third is going to go down. He does have one Colossus, I think 7 Immortals out of that army, if he made one more. Tempests are doing a lot of damage to the high grounder here. Unfortunately, Quro's army can't reach him at all. He's going to take out some probes right here. But Kanou is doing a lot of damage from those Tempests here. Oh, sorry. Wrong button. Trying to zoom out. And looks like this might be the final battle. They do blink forward. Tempests are in danger of being taken down. One does go down. He's trying to back away, trying to get that high ground where he can't be attacked, where he can't get that vision. Mothership Core does go down. He needs to get that Colossus, so he can't get that high vision any longer. But looks like he's targeting those stalkers. Another Tempest does go down. These are very expensive units to lose. A couple Zealots warp in from the back, doing as much damage as they can. But these Tempests are falling apart. There's only 5 remaining. One more going almost down to mid-health there. And targeting that Colossus finally doesn't quite take it out. The brave Stalker tries to chase him away, but unfortunately is blown away to smithereens. Oof. Is not looking good for Kanou right now. Looks like Quuro is coming back, possibly for the final kill, to see if he can take out any more bases over here. It looks like Kanou is trying to transfer over, but this could be very dangerous. But Quuro has very bad timing and doesn't take out what's over here. And looks like he's going to take both players are going to have a little breather right here. And Quuro has started his 4th base and is now transferring a shit ton of probes over there to start some more mining. So Quuro does have a very good income advantage over our red player here. His main is mined out. His second natural is nearly mined out. His third has been taken out and he's trying to rebuild it, so he's not quite mining from that. Another one is being built as well, so he's not mining from that as well. And Quro's not given any time to mine. Tempests are completely out of position and exposed. Stalkers are taking them out very quickly. Another one goes down, and 2 more go down, 3 more go down, 4 more go down. 2 and come from behind to reinforce. Another one goes down though. There's only 2 remaining. 1 remaining now. He does do an aggressive blink to take him out. And it looks like his natural is in danger of going down. Looks like it is going down. Probes are trying to run away, but that Colossus is doing a lot of damage. And Kanou, I think, has lost this. He has 3 Tempests. That's not nearly enough to take out any of this force. It does take out the Colossus, but the Blink Stalkers just quickly take out these Tempests. A Void Ray does come in, but that's going to take it out very quickly there. And looks like Kanou is defeated. Quuro does win. He made the right decision here. he made a shit ton of stalkers and went with blink so he can blink forward to kill those Tempest, and he did. So great game, a good choice by him, and did also keep his economy going continuously throughout the game, and didn't forget that throughout it. Of course, he could have. He has a huge banker here because of his amazing economy. Uh, well, he was kind of almost 200 there, so well, that was just a great game. And just to let you know, that I think this is my 10th cast now. And if there's any kind of critique or advice you can give me, I'd surely appreciate it. Oh my God, it's like 6 a.m. right now. I just pulled an all-nighter. All right, GG guys, good game.